in that deep, holy breath, deep breath. Drop your shoulders on the next exhale. Deep breath in. Drop your shoulders as you exhale. Relax, beloved. Feel the bliss and joy and beauty of not thinking. Deep breath in. Release with an ah. Drop your shoulders. Let go of tenseness, tightness, stress, anxiety, nervousness, frenetic energy in the body temple. With this next deep breath, let go of what will they think of me? I can't stand when they do that. Why don't they grow up? And all other mental commentary about other people or yourself. Let it all float away like balloons, floating to the sky. All the mental commentary about you and everyone else. Let it all go with this deep breath. Clear the mind. This morning, we engage in a chant so as to help to keep the mind clear. Our chant this morning is breathe. Deep breath in, go at your own pace. And begin. Breathe, 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 breathe. Speed it up. Breathe, 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 breathe. Even out your breathing. Breathe, 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 breathe. No strain. Breathe, 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 breathe. If you have a yoni, kegel your yoni in alignment and in harmony with your chant. Breathe, 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 Brizzy, 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 and breathe. Release with a sacred sound of ah. Tune yourself up. Intentionally raise your vibration. Raise it up. Breathe deeply. Your breath is your best friend, lifeline to spirit. It's a life raft in a crazy world. If you get thrown off the cruise ship, just start breathing. Fear causes us to pant. No upper chest breathing. Put your hand on your heart, the opposite hand on your belly, and be sure the belly rises and falls as you breathe. Breathe down into the belly. Teach yourself to be a belly breather. Teach yourself to continually expand your lungs. Healthy lungs are important. Breathe and expand the lungs. Expand. Now scan your body and see how tuned up you feel after your Brazil chant. And remember, Brazil is a sacred sound. And it took the higher order being who brought us Brazil meditation for 1,000 years to receive the Brazil sacred sound. Use it for manifestation of abundance and wealth, prosperity, and all manifestations. It is a manifestation sound. Brazil. Breathe. And know that with your manifestations, you must add action. Another deep breath in. Spine straight, Kundalini rising and descending, ascending and descending in a beautiful circuit to your third eye. Kundalini energy free flowing. Clear channels from the root all the way up to the third eye. Kundalini energy, you feel it circulating freely. You are an energy master. As Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, a blessed teacher, shares, everyone's first language is energy. This is our first language. Breathe. Calm yourself. Dispel any cells in your body that are rogue. That do not want to cooperate with the whole. We know what we call these kinds of cells. Release them. Let them die. Only healthy cells remain, reproducing healthy according to the divine blueprint. The perfect pattern of love. Breathe deeply, and when you're ready, as we are open and receptive, today's message, lesson 9, look down first. Slowly open your eyes, raise your gaze. Slowly, always being gentle and kind with self. Of the 9 fruits of the Spirit, kindness still works. Use it on yourself. Kindness. Don't badger yourself. Don't beat yourself. Don't force yourself. Love yourself and be kind. Kindness counts. Be kind to yourself. And slowly open your eyes, raise your gaze, and still maintaining your meditative space. God morning, family. God morning. May that chant bring you all manner of wealth, abundance, prosperity, health, happiness, love, beauty, harmony, creativity, expression of divine gifts, and all of the beautiful, beautiful blessings raining on you with your name on them already ordained for you. Our lesson for today in A Course in Miracles, you can follow along at ACIM.org or in the book. I see nothing as it is now. This is our central idea for today. Say it with me to yourself. I see nothing as it is now. I see nothing as it is now. I see nothing as it is now. This idea obviously follows from the 2 preceding ones. But while you may be able to accept it intellectually, it is unlikely that it will mean anything to you as yet. However, understanding is not necessary at this point, thank God. In fact, the recognition that you do not understand is a prerequisite for undoing your false ideas. Before my false ideas can be undone, I have to first not understand. I have to be perplexed, confused. And I have to recognize I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't understand. These exercises are concerned with practice, not with understanding. You're not doing this to understand it. You may get some of it intellectually. We're simply practicing. Simply do it. We say every morning. Every morning. This is a 1-year mind training. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. We've said it and we'll continue to say it to ourselves. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. I must train my mind. And part of letting go of all the misperceptions and misconceptions and strange ways of seeing things and things I made up and thinking about the past and thinking about things that are not really there and having arguments with people that ain't even there and beating myself up over something I did or didn't do, or having fear for the future, or wondering if I can do it, or being overwhelmed. See, we have to undo all of that. My mother was a stitch witch, and she would take yarn from the store. She would buy a skein, that's what they called it, a skein of yarn, and was all wrapped up all pretty from the factory. And the first thing she would do is undo it. See, that's the beauty of knitting and crocheting. You can so easily undo it. Just pull the string. Undo your mind. It's the same way. Your mind is just one big skein of yarn. It came like that through the factory. What is the factory? The conditioning of the mass consciousness. Believing things because we were told. They formed our mind into that skein in the factory of human existence here in the third dimension. And my mother would simply pull it, and she would have us do it. And she would say, wrap it in a ball. And we never understood why she was doing that. See, it was more easily to access as she was knitting. She wasn't going to be sitting there pulling that skein and pulling that skein. She would make us pull all that yarn and ball it up in a ball. See, I didn't know that my mother was teaching us meditation. It was a meditative moment, and we were mad as kids because it was boring as hell. And yet you did fall into sort of a meditative trance as you would wrap that strand, that single strand. I still have the muscle memory of wrapping that single strand around that ball, and the ball just got bigger and bigger and bigger. I was sitting there with my mama, and she was knitting a new sweater. And if she got to the point where she didn't like it, she would look at the sweater and guess what she could still do? Undo it. She would just pull the yarn. She had sat there and knit and knit and knit and knit and knit and knit. And then she would look at it. If she didn't like it, what would she do? She would pull the yarn. This is not what I want. And guess what she would do? Make something else. That's what you can do with your mind with no investment. Stop saying, oh, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Just pull the string. Undo it. Oh my God, why am I like this? Who cares? I don't know. Fuck it. Pull the string and make something else. These exercises are concerned with practice, not with understanding. You do not need to practice what you already understand. If you already understood it, boo, we wouldn't be doing this. Clearly, we don't understand it because our minds still require our training according to the Christ mind. It would indeed be circular to aim at understanding and assume that you have it already. It is difficult for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. It is difficult. I'm going to say that again because herein lies the rub. It is difficult for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. You believe it because our mind isn't trained yet. This idea can be quite disturbing and may meet with active resistance in any number of forms. No, what I see is there. Oh, no. It happened. Oh, they did that. Oh, I know what I'm looking at. Of course that happened. What are you telling me that what I'm seeing something that's not there? Yet that does not preclude applying it. Yeah, maybe it did. Maybe you did see them do this, that, or the other. Maybe you think what you have in your mind is real. All good. Just keep doing the practice. No more than that is required for these or any other exercises. Remember, the Course said in the beginning that you don't have to believe it. The Course also said that some of the ideas you might find quite disturbing, and some of the ideas you may actively resist. It's okay. Still do them. Each small step will clear a little of the darkness away. What you do not realize is that every morning, as you show up here, as you do the exercises throughout the day, as you come together in community each morning and we go into the Course, a little bit more of the darkness is being cleared away. And understanding will finally come to lighten every corner of the mind that has been cleared of the dark, of the debris that darkens it. Woo! Let me say that again, because I'm about to get my life right now. Each small step will clear a little of the darkness away. And understanding will finally come to lighten every corner of the mind that has been cleared of the debris that darkens it. Oh, I look forward to that day. A mind that has been cleared of all the debris that darkens it. Clear my debris, Spirit. Clear it. I'm ready. I'm open. I'm willing. Just tell yourself that. I'm willing. I'm willing to have my debris, the debris, my mind cleared of debris. The debris is not mine. It's in there. It's darkness, and it's debris blocking the light. I'm willing to let it all go, Spirit, all of it. I'm willing to let go of all my petty little grievances and my petty little thoughts and my petty little arguments and my petty little things I keep away from keep between me and people, my petty judgments and my petty jealousies. I'm ready to let them all go. This is the debris being cleared from my mind. These exercises, for which 3 or 4 practice periods are sufficient, involve looking about you and applying the idea for the day to whatever you see, remembering the need for its indiscriminate application and the essential role of excluding nothing. For example, I do not see this typewriter as it is now. I do not see this telephone as it is now. I do not see this arm as it is now. I do not see this pen as it is now. I do not see this light as it is now. I do not see this iPad as it is now. I do not see this tripod as it is now. I do not see this curtain as it is now. You're simply not thinking, not trying to understand. You may even be confused while you're doing it, like, why am I doing this? Simply do it. If you want to. Begin with things that are nearest you, and then extend the range outward. I do not see that coat rack as it is now. I do not see that door as it is now. I do not see that face as it is now. Do you see a face and an arm are indiscriminate from a doorknob or a bed? It is emphasized again that while complete inclusion should not be attempted, remember, don't try to attempt to include every single thing you see. It's introducing strain. Strain has no place here. It's just another way of your mind trying to put pressure on you. While inclusion should not be attempted, specific exclusion must be avoided. In other words, don't avoid your kids. You're just going around the room and your eye lands on your kids. Okay. No, not that. Lamp. Yeah, I see that. I don't see that as it is now. No, this body. I do not see this body as it is now. This toe. I do not see this toe as it is now. This iPad cover. I do not see this iPad cover as it is now. You see, you're being completely non-judgmental of what you see. Indiscriminate practice. Don't try to include everything, but don't exclude anything. It's whatever your eyes land on. be sure. Here's the kicker. Here's the big word. Be sure you are honest with yourself in making this distinction. Honest with yourself. Woo, that's the big one. You may be tempted to obscure it. The idea for the day, I see nothing as it is now. The floor is open.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I love this lesson. Early this morning at like 1 a.m. I received the message that my mother-in-law has been put in hospice, and for whatever reason, this particular lesson put me at a sense of peace. Put me in the state of mind that her current state, I'm not going to see it as it is now, and of course, I'm at a loss as to what to do because I know there's nothing I can do. So this particular lesson just kind of gave me a sense of peace. I'm complete.
And everyone with us, and everyone on YouTube, and everyone everywhere on Facebook, and everyone everywhere on Clubhouse. Take a moment now to pour love to Harmony's mother-in-law. You don't have to know her name. You simply have the intention. The universe knows who we're talking with. The universe is highly intelligent. Pour love on her for her experience, whatever it may be. That is her soul walk between her and God. All we're doing is directing love. Pure love without any demand or request. Simply love. Love knows what to do. And as you hold Harmony's mother-in-law in love, know that all is perfected with regard to her. All is well. Ashe. Today, every time you think of Harmony's mother-in-law, send love. Send love. God morning, family. Good morning, Moonwiz. Good morning, Flamingo Hurricane. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Tracy. Hey, Tracy. There go my sis. So Whisper, her namaste live. How you loving? How you loving? The circle of life. Reverend Z, how you loving? How you loving? All right, who's next?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How you loving?
I'm living great. Tia, I'm sending love to your mother-in-law today, all day. Okay. Let's see. I see nothing as it is now. I mean, if my mind is totally consumed with past thoughts, there's no way to see things as it is now for me. And this lesson, there's 2 lines in this lesson that are particularly key for me. Number 1, it is difficult, again, for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. And like, it's there, I see it. No, my mind is untrained, and I'm seeing things that are not there because I'm consumed with past thoughts. The other line is recognition that I do not understand is a prerequisite for undoing my false beliefs. So it's okay if I don't understand. It's just an indication that I'm ready to undo my false beliefs and finally see things as they are and not how I've projected them from the past or how I believe things are because of my experiences in the past. So this lesson helps me to recognize that if I'm consumed with past thoughts, there's no way I can see things as they are now. So as I meditate today, I'm going to do the lesson and say, I do not see blank as it is now. And just do the lesson without any attachment or judgment, and allow myself the space to see things differently. And I'm complete.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Queen Hadassah, you know, people that are really, really smart and really have a lot of air and that use their mind a lot.
That's me.
Me too. I think it's more challenging for us to do things that we don't understand, right? Like, no, I got to figure this out first and then I'm going to do it. You know, that's what I found in my mind. Do you find that? I don't know. I don't know if that's people who think a lot, you know, I think a lot. And so I want to understand it. And it's the reverse. I must acknowledge and recognize that I do not understand it in order for it to take effect in my consciousness. Wow.
Absolutely. So reversal. So it's definitely mind training, and I don't have to understand it. I don't have to agree with it. I just have to practice, and that's what I'm doing. This last year, I let this beat me up, but it's okay. I'm just going to non-judgmentally be gentle with myself and do these exercises and see what happens. I'm complete.
That's exactly what I'm doing as well, Dr. B, Queen Hadassah. I have never done the course like this before. I've always thought about it. I've meditated on it. I've contemplated on it. I've done the exercises. This time, I'm not doing any of that. I'm simply doing the exercises. That's it. I'm not doing anything else. I love Moonwiz on YouTube says, God morning. I will use Brazil to clear me of student loans. Ding, 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 ding. Now remember, this channel is all about your freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. In order for you to be free, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, you must do what is required on each of these planes. Some people only do things physically, or only do things mentally, or only do things emotionally, or focus too much on spiritual, but they don't take any action. If you want to be spiritually free, you must do the spiritual work. If you want to be mentally free, you must let spirit flow into your mind. If you want to be emotionally free, you must meditate and let that spirit flow through your emotional body and clear the debris. If you want to be physically free, you will have to do some physical action, like move your behind, do some yoga, walk, climb, rock climbing, mountain climbing, something that challenges you physically if you want to be physically free. You're not going to meditate and simply be physically free or financially free. If you want to be financially free, you would have to actually get up and buy some crypto or invest or put together a portfolio or acquire assets or create passive income streams or create income streams. You would have to do something to achieve financial freedom. We're not going to delude ourselves and think that we're going to be free just because we did A Course in Miracles in the morning. It doesn't work like that. We're doing our spiritual practice in the morning and throughout the day so that it's in the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. Let's go to that prayer so that we can do the things that we are afraid to do, so that we can take the big scary actions that will give us better results, so that we can manifest at a very high level on the earth plane. It is important that we manifest according to our gifts and according to our potential. Do not let yourself lead a level 2 life if your potential is level 11. Don't do it to yourself. Don't go out like that. Make it a must. I must live all of the potential inside me for manifestation, for healing, for ascension, for everything, for it all. Insist on having it all. Let's go to the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. If you're in the mystery school, you have it. If you are not in the mystery school, go to christianwitches.com and hop in the mystery school for initiation. if you are looking for the mystery school with regard to, pardon me, your money, spirituality and money, go to Ascension. I don't have the prayer of the seven galactic directions on this phone. Could one of our initiates bring that up, please? Or Queen Hadassah?
Okay, I have it up.
Thank you. Could you go to, which one is it? Is it to the North House of Night, or I think it's to the West? The one that says that may we take right action, and then following that, may the right action give us the so that we may reap the harvest.
Okay, that's from the South.
Okay, thank you. Could you give it to us, please?
Yes, from the South. House of the Eternal Sun. May right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruit of planetary being.
Okay, everyone on Clubhouse who is on stage, unmute your mic, please, and everyone watching, speak it after Queen Hadassah. Queen Hadassah, could you lead us in that part of the galactic prayer of the seven galactic directions?
Yes. From the South.
From the South.
House of the Eternal Sun.
House of the Eternal Sun.
May right actions.
May right actions.
Reap the harvest.
Reap the harvest.
So we may enjoy.
So we may enjoy
The fruits.
The fruits
Of planetary being.
Of planetary being. Thank you, Queen Hadassah. What is that saying? Family, what is that saying?
Reap what we sow and what we speak out into the universe.
Yes. And that may we have right what?
Fruit.
And before the fruit, we have to have right what?
Action.
Action. That's why people come to me, actually. They come to me because they see that they're not taking the action. And I'm going to tell you something. Where's Zaire? Is Zaire in the room? Zaire, can you hop up on stage? I like to put our mystery school students on the spot. Because, if you're always ready, you don't have to get ready. Zaire, are you able to come up on stage? Can someone? Okay, Zaire, what was the big scary action that you took the other day? I don't think you'll mind this. That you took the other day while we were in Ascension in our class.
Good morning.
Good morning, Zaire. Good morning.
Yes, the big scary action that I took in Ascension was having to figure out how to stake a cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm. So you had to, was it several steps?
Oh yeah, it was definitely several steps, and it definitely had my mind start to wrap around my head.
Were there challenges along the way?
Yes, it was. It definitely was.
Did it look like it wasn't going to work?
Absolutely.
And what happened in the end?
I succeeded.
Now, she is staking a cryptocurrency in the DeFi space because I love crypto, and we not about woke and broke around here. We're not about that. This channel is about magic, money, and metaphysics. We are metaphysicians and we are magicians. And this channel has been saying the same thing for the entire, 12, 13 years it's been up. Woke don't mean broke, as Billy Carson says. And get your money right. And get your paper right. And stack up your assets and manifest. Manifest, manifest. This going around poor and broke and all that stuff and can't afford this and can't afford that. No. And the other aspect is manifesting anything less than what is yours by divine birthright is also a no. If you're appointed to be a billionaire, like I know I am, then it's for me to do the work to become a billionaire. That means I must learn investing. I must learn the markets. I must learn, I'm going to a conference in Vegas so I can learn more. I'm deep, deep, deep in learning analysis and all the things that I know is required of me to learn. Is it easy? No. See, we take action in ascension. You are not going to get the result if you just talk about it. You gotta be about it. If you don't like ascension and you want to get it all at once, well, I won't say all at once because you won't get it all at once. Let me not say that. If you prefer in-person learning, come with us to the Never Work Again retreat. People ask me all the time on YouTube, how do you do this? How do you go all over the world? What do you do? People always ask me that. What do you do? I learned means of creating money while I sleep. I'm going to say that again. I learned means of making money while I sleep. I learned how to stop buying stuff primarily. I still buy things here and there, rather than primarily buying assets. Rather than, you know what they say, rich people buy assets. Middle class people buy debt. They get a bigger car, bigger house, more loans, more debts, more loans, more debts, more loans, more debts, more credit cards, more debts. Poor people buy stuff. They go to the dollar store and fritter away all their money. What do rich people buy? Rich people buy assets. If you cannot buy assets, create assets. This video is an asset, and though it is not monetized, because I refuse to monetize any of the ACIM videos, you will never see a big commercial blast at you before you go into meditation. It's not alignment. It's not in alignment. You will never see me monetize any of the ACIM videos. Some of my videos are monetized. And I will tell you that one video on this channel has already made 5 figures. One video. I would tell you that one book will make 5 figures. You would have to then sit down and write the book. We know one book is not going to make you financially free. I mean, unless you just happen to be J.K. Rowling, and that didn't even happen with her first book. It took about 3 or 4, right? Before it really caught on and got to be like, whoa. So you have to write one book, and then you have to publish it. And then you write another book, and you have to publish it. Of course, you have to get it edited. And of course, you have to get it set in book format. And then you have to get a cover design for it. And then you have to get the metadata for it. And then you have to get it listed on Amazon or wherever you're going to list it. And then you have to market the book. And then you have to learn maybe Amazon ads. You see, I had to learn all these things if I desire to reap the fruits of planetary being, which I do. You see, if you're not learning these things, what are you doing? Then I question if you truly want to be free, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. You're not physically free if you can't climb all over an ancient city, because it means the body temple is not in the divine, pristine state it was created to be according to the perfect blueprint. Mine is not perfect. I was feeling a little something in my knee. I was like, whoa, okay. Go to the chakras in your knees. Climb this wall. Do this yoga pose, even though it feels, whoa, can my body do that? Yes, your body can do it. The only reason you think you can't do it is because your mind is telling you you can't do it. If you want to be financially free, you would have to do that by buying assets and learning what assets to buy and learning how to trade and learning all the things that are required to become financially free. But I don't know. A lot of spiritual people think they're just going to meditate. How's that working out for you? Who's next? I just have to keep dispelling delusions. I'm going to manifest. I'm going to manifest. How you going to manifest and you didn't even learn what a crypto is? You didn't even learn what Bitcoin is. How you going to manifest? How you going to manifest financial freedom and you didn't learn how to write a book? And you didn't learn Amazon ads? and you didn't learn all that's required to create streams of income that come to you every single day. How you gonna be financially free and you didn't do the work? It's not gonna happen. Okay? We gotta dispel the delusions. Let's continue. Who's next?
I believe Alethea is next. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was coming out here to say this is pretty much probably by far my favorite lessons. I'm new to the Course in Miracles. In this lesson, I See Nothing as It Is Now reminds me of a quote from the first Matrix movie when he sees a little boy bending a spoon, and the boy tells him, "Do not try to bend the spoon. That is not possible. In fact, realize the truth. There is no spoon. It is only you that bends." And I remember being a kid watching that and going into my room and literally looking around the room, realizing nothing's really here. And I always pinpoint, that pencil's not really here. That book is not really here. The TV's not really here. And I was probably around maybe 10, 11 years old, just realizing what I see in front of me is not really here. So I just want to share that. I'm complete.
Ashe. Didn't the Matrix bring us legendary spiritual truths? Legendary.
I have to go watch The Matrix. I hate to say I've never seen The Matrix in my life. I have to go watch that. Maybe while I'm just laying around, I'll go and try to find where I can watch that at.
It's all good. And you know, the beauty of The Matrix is it doesn't matter when you watch it. It's old, like, well, not really, relatively speaking, in 1999, I believe, the very first Matrix. Really, all you need is the very first Matrix, Matrix 1, the very first, this one simply called The Matrix. All the rest, 2 and 3 are good. I love 2 and 3. 4, well, we could have just re-released 1, because I'm not enamored with 4 yet. Good. It introduced, maybe this is the beauty and blessing of 4. 4 Matrix Resurrections introduced a whole new generation in CGI and in modern cinematography, introduced a whole new generation to the Matrix. So it's just keeping it alive. So maybe in another 20 years, they'll make Matrix 5. I don't know. Very, very, very interesting. There is no spoon. Thank you for that, Alethea. Who's next?
I was just going to say that these lessons are really helping me. I think Dr. B says frequently like that she's a thinks a lot. And I am one of those people that have so many thoughts, so many weird thoughts. I don't even have time. I don't even know where the hell these thoughts come from. But these classes and the classes going forward, like I'm really looking forward to with training my mind, because I'm tired of not accomplishing what I want to accomplish. I'm tired of the thoughts, honestly, because it gets frustrating when you're thinking about stuff and trying to move about my day and trying to do my mommy duties and whatever I have to do, and just random shit about everybody else and me popping in my head it is an annoyance. So I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity to learn and to train my mind. And I am complete.
I love that, Angel. And remember, family, our minds were trained in a specific way to benefit other people. Your mind was trained when you were young and vulnerable and it was a blank slate. They put things in to benefit this machine. They didn't put in what would benefit you. You know, it is so astonishing how much crap they jammed into our heads and how much they tried to explicitly hide or omit what would really make you come into your full potential and power. Wow. Like, not only it was an attempt at a complete brainwashing, a complete gaslighting. They had to do the brainwashing and the gaslighting. Why? Because the brainwashing was an attempt to be very thorough because one, they stuffed your head with a bunch of stuff that is not so. That's what they did to us. And second, they consciously hid, omitted, tried to obscure the things or outright forbid the things that would really set you free. Oh, you're a Christian? No, no, no incense. They might get a little too up in the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. No yoga. That's the devil. Yeah, that's the devil. No crystals. That's the devil. None of these helpers, they're not the be all and all. Incense and yoga and crystals are not the be all and all. They certainly are pointers, they're tools, they're maps, they're ladders taking you up if you decide to use them or whatever you use. They didn't want you to use any magical practices so that you could realize your true potential. You can't be ruled like that. You can't be mandated. If you're standing in true God potential, and guess what? You won't even fight about it because there's nothing to fight about. I know the rights and powers I have as a divine being. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is know who you are. That's it. That is it. You would never have to fight, argue. I wish I would pick up a sign and go in the street. Why? To try to convince someone of a power I know I have? No, I'm just going to get about using the power. You see? Yet, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with all the protests. I love it. If you feel inspired to protest, protest. If you feel inspired to write letters, write letters. If you feel inspired to call congressman, call congressman. Do whatever you are inspired to do. Yet, I hope that you are doing it from a consciousness that knows who you are. Because if you're doing it from any other consciousness, you're begging and pleading somebody for freedoms and rights and powers that you already have. And all along, have they told you that you're powerful? Or have they told you you don't have power? Listen to us, because we know what's right for you. We know what's best for you. And you're going to do what we say. Did they ever tell you anything that would empower you, raise you? And when I say they, I'm talking about the 7 dark forces arrayed against humanity. Watch that video right here on my YouTube channel. Go watch it. Take copious notes and then look around and come into your power. That's why we're here every morning. We'll flip the whole planet on a dime just like that. You think when people wake up, you'll be able to rule the world as people think they can rule now? I was shocked to find out Dr. Fauci was 81 years old. I almost fell out when someone said he was 81 years old. I almost fell out. I was like, when is this motherfucker going to retire? Much love and beauty, and I wish nothing but good for Dr. Fauci. I wish nothing but good for everyone. I'm like, when in the hell? If you work for the government, I guess you don't never retire. You just stay there. Okay, it's time to move on. It's time to move on to newer and better ideas. And we love, love, love everyone. I love everyone. I don't like everyone. But the word didn't say I had to like them. Love them. I love everyone. And it's time for a new world. Come on, people. It's time for a new world. Shelly, good morning. I'm new to the community. I've been blessed by this course from the beginning. I just wanted to let you know I will be joining us. Oh, I love that, Shelly. All right, who's next in the clubhouse room? Talk to us. Good morning.
Good morning, Reverend.
Hey, Lake Princess, how you loving?
I am loving. I'm a little nervous because I'm going to share something. Well, you do know bits and pieces. I mentioned it in my introduction. Because when you mentioned I see nothing as it is now, it's making me think of my mental health journey I went on. Well, I've had mental health issues since I think 11, but I officially went on my mental health journey around 17. And, I've been to both psychologists and psychiatrists. I've been on and off certain medication. And I'm currently taking one, but I've been reading that those medications only suppress symptoms, like serotonin is made in the gut. Like you can go to a shaman and they could, or you can go to a healer, they can help you become balanced and whole. Like I want to balance my hormones naturally. I try to find answers, but talking to people who are in the allopathic route is really like difficult to like get a straight answer. They're always like, oh, those risks, those symptoms, don't worry about those. Like, yes, thank goodness I've never had like adverse symptoms other than maybe weight gain, but I want to be like complete. I don't want to like depend on something outside of me to like keep an equilibrium, like, and I need to like manifest so that I don't keep ending up in these situations and upsetting job opportunities that keep making me need to take a pill to like stabilize myself. And give me one moment. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Just take a breath, and there's only love here.
I know. I feel really comfortable sharing in this space. But like I've had for quite some time, ever since I've learned about manifesting, I've just been using my prayer to get what I need. It's like I have not been successful. And it's like I keep thinking, do I need to stabilize my mind, my chakras, my heart? Or do I need to manifest the cash so that I can like afford a holistic practitioner? Like my doctor, my chiropractor is also a holistic nutritionist, but I just lost my insurance because my mom is retiring. If it wasn't for GoodRx, I wouldn't be able to afford the medications that they're giving me right now. And it's like I feel like I just want to clear like the chaos that I feel and like the shame I feel about having to be on medication and stuff for these things. Like every day I keep the lesson on my phone too. So if if I'm upset or anything, I can look at the phone or remind myself the mantra while I'm in traffic for the lesson. But it's like I'm trying to control my reaction. I feel like it's not really me that's the problem. I feel like it's my reaction to but it's hard to to remember that there's nothing but self when like a coworker tries you about what you did or didn't do at work or something. And it's like I'm not sure where to start, like mind, body, my spirit, or like just manifesting like quick cash to like afford to like balance myself. I'm complete.
I love this question, Lake Princess, and congratulations to you for speaking up. And congratulations to you for not having shame. So many people do not do what the course just said in that last couple of lines. Be honest with yourself. Be honest. And thank you for your honesty, your vulnerability, and your willingness to come up out of what you're in. Now, family, let's talk about this, because this applies to all of us. It doesn't just apply to Lake Princess. It applies to all of us. Now, Lake Princess, here's the deal. When we go to a healthcare practitioner, I want everyone to picture a pie. When you go to a healthcare practitioner and slice that pie into 5 big fat slices, so you got a big pie, and you have that pie with 5 slices. When you go to a healthcare practitioner, you are only addressing one slice of the pie, the physical aspect. That's it. And we could even say that you're not even addressing the entire slice of the pie physically, because the healthcare workers, the healthcare professionals that we have right now, are actually co-opted by Big Pharma. They've been bought out. So all they do are they're glorified, unless they're good doctors, because there are many good ones out there. Many of them have become glorified drug dealers, and they kind of have to be if they want to stay in that paradigm, because they have to produce revenue, and the way they produce revenue is keenly hooked into the distribution and dissemination of drugs. Now, if you look at this slice of the pie, the physical slice of the pie, that if you have a good doctor, yes, they will address all aspects of that one slice of the pie, but you're still only on one slice of the pie to get yourself to wholeness as a realized experience. So you're already whole. Everyone's whole, perfect, complete. You're already whole, yet we're not having it as a realized experience because of this or that or the other. So this is how to realize the wholeness. This is bringing heaven into earth. So these healthcare professionals, stay with me as I unpack this, because this is a weavy web to unpack. That one slice of the pie, you could say that healthcare providers, as we have them now, who want to address illness, which is illness-based, disease-based, and that they really only have 3 solutions for anything you ask them for. Cut it out, a scalpel, which is not ideal, right? A scalpel, poisons, which all drugs are poisons, or burning, some kind of laser or some kind of. Neither of those 3 did my being say yes to. Whenever doctors recommended something to me, I used to have fibroids, just to give that as an example as we unpack this. And the only solutions that they could offer me for fibroids were, one was freezing. So we can add freezing to it. Freezing or burning, some kind of temperature something. Some kind of poison, which is all drugs are poisons. And they tell you this on the label. And or a cut it out. Now, I do want to say this. We have so much faith in a white coat, it is ridiculous. I have heard people actually say, as you heard from Lavender, an incredible energy healer and shaman, that she was a nurse for registered nurse for over 30 years, 38, 37 years. She said people would actually ask her if they could put cinnamon on their food because they didn't check with their doctor and see if it would have a contraindication with their diabetic medication. Cinnamon. You have to ask a doctor, can you put cinnamon? Do you see the level of mind control? Do you see how deep in the matrix we are? And I say we because all of us are at some level in the matrix. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. So because they have so entrained us to believe that doctors are gods. It's God and then the doctor. And somewhere up there's the pastor and your teachers in school. They can do no wrong. Holier than thou. They're beyond our accountability. That's what was set up in our consciousness. So because this person is addressing a slice of the pie and not even the whole slice of the pie, you have a situation where you will never experience your wholeness because it's not a holistic approach. How can I play baseball if I'm on the soccer field? I can't. Trying to get well from a doctor is like trying to play baseball on a soccer field. You showed up with cleats, your baseball uniform, a bat, and a baseball, and a pitcher's glove, mitt, and you're in the soccer field, and they're running circles around you, and you don't know what to do. You cannot win the game. You cannot. Now, this is not to say anything's wrong with doctors. Go see all the doctors you want, whatever you want. I want you to understand that when you see a doctor, know what you're getting. At least when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you know what you're getting. They're not telling you you're getting something other than what you're getting. When you go to a doctor, you are asking them to please give you a poison to mask the symptoms, and not get to the deeper core issue of what's really going on. That's not what they do. They don't do that. So we can't expect them to heal us. We simply cannot expect it. Okay? So, what to do? Go to the doctor if that's what you feel called to do. And there has to be an and. Did you notice that they took the languaging, oh, thank you, Spirit, and they brainwashed you even more with the languaging? They call it your primary care physician. I ain't got no primary care physician other than Source. Source is my primary care physician. You think a human being, I don't care how smart you are, is going to be your primary care physician? It's in the languaging. They're gaslighting you. They're brainwashing you. Your primary care physician. That's what they're telling you they're doing. And what they're actually doing is poisoning you. Now, once again, I'll put a caveat. Not all doctors. We have some great doctors out there, amazing doctors that don't play. They're not down with the smoke. They saw the smoke and they're not down with it. Now, let's address the rest of the pie. So if you want physical healing, not only if you go to a doctor and or either one and or do what is required for your physical health. We're going to talk about that in a moment because I have been a wellness nut for like 30 years. Do what's required for your physical health. So go back to the pie. And in order to have the experience of wellness, we all desire the experience of wholeness, the experience of energy, vitality, youthfulness in the body temple, the energy, pumping, free-flowing energy. In order to experience that, we must do it holistically. We must take the other 4 slices of the pie, which are also physical, spiritual. So we talked about spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. So spiritually, what am I doing? Is my spirit alive? Is my spirit activated? Is my spirit man or my spirit woman or my spirit person at the forefront of everything I do? Am I inspired, living in spirit? Mentally, am I doing the work every day to clear the mental debris? Maybe you clear the mental debris as you take meds. I'm not telling you not to take meds. That's not the message here. The message is you've got to go so much beyond. We must go so much further in care of this whole being than what we have been told. So you got to take care of yourself mentally. You got to take care of yourself emotionally. What is emotionally? That means in the emotional body, one of the sheets that surrounds the physical body, it holds trauma, fears, anxieties, blah, blah, blah. Clearing the emotional body. How? Meditation. The emotional body can only be cured, healed, cleared through the means, energetic means. So maybe sound, maybe you listen to singing bowls, maybe you play singing bowls, maybe you're drumming, maybe you're Native American flute, which is one of my favorite, maybe chanting, maybe dancing, singing. You see, this is sound. It's clearing because sound is vibration. So it's clearing the emotional body in addition to your meditation. Sound is one way. Movement is another way. Dance, yoga, clearing the emotional body, the stuckness, the stagnancy, clearing the debris. So that's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. We must physically do something. When I was in a deep, dark depression, I was in a hole. I almost was going to take myself out. You may have heard me talk about this. I was in such a deep hole and I saw no hope. I saw no way out. There was no light. There was only blackness. There was only darkness. There was no light. I had nothing to hope for. Nothing. And every day was just excruciating as the one before it. It was an endless string of excruciating days with no end in sight. I almost took myself out with a bottle of pills. Deep depression. Everyone in my life was whispering behind my back, is she okay? What's up? Out of love, out of care for me, because they saw me going down. And I could not pull myself up. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the strength to do it. I say the only reason my daughter survived was because I was nursing her. Because I sure couldn't get up and make bottles. Just the thought of getting up and making a bottle. I was in the bed, laying there with the baby. I would nurse her. My husband would come home. The house was a mess. Couldn't even wash dishes. Out of it. Curtains drawn, no sun. What brought me out of it? My soul. My soul said one day, get up. I sat up in bed. And it said, go outside. This is actually after I had already attempted or thought of or came very close to just downing a whole bottle of 800 milligram Motrin. Just downing the whole bottle. I'm like, I'm just going to. And I didn't say I was going to leave. I said, I just want to go to sleep and not wake up. I didn't want to wake up to another debilitating day of laying in the bed. And for what? For what? There was no meaning. For what? It was useless. And I went for the bottle, and what brought me back from the edge? I'm standing on the edge of a cliff. And spirit doesn't judge you one way or the other. It just, in this lifetime, start another one. I'm not telling you to end this lifetime. Please don't get that message. My kids. I was like, because C. Evans, the artist, who's an incredible artist on this planet, he was only close to 3. And my baby was only about, I don't know, less than 6 months, maybe 3-4 months. And I was like, who's going to take care of my babies? I can't do it. Because who's going to take care of my babies? My babies saved my life. Because if I didn't have them, what would I have to live for? That's where I was. And I just laid in the bed, and one day the voice said, get up. And I just sat up. I didn't even know what the voice was. I wasn't praying. I wasn't meditating. I was almost dead. I was in a coma. But I could hear the voice. The voice said, get up. And I got up. I sat up. It said, get dressed. I was like, oh my God, get dressed. Like, man, that means a shower. That was a gargantuan task. 2 words, get dressed, was a gargantuan task for where I was. Oh Lord, I gotta drag myself to the bathroom. I gotta take a shower, brush my teeth, wash my face. I dragged myself through all of it. I found something in the closet that wasn't dirty, or maybe something in the dirty clothes pile, maybe some sweatpants, and picked it up and threw it on. Okay. But I had to do it. I couldn't. The voice was so commanding. I could not do it. I didn't even know what the voice was. And it said, go outside. And I'm telling you, if the voice had strung together all those commands at once, I would have just stayed there in bed, because I couldn't have taken more than 3 commands at once. That's why I said, get up. And once I got up, it said, get dressed. And then once I got dressed, it said, go outside. Then I went outside. Opened the door, it was like a vampire. Like, it was sun. It said, look up. I looked up. It said, breathe. I breathed. I was like, oh, damn. I don't think I was breathing all this time. It said, walk. And I began walking into my new life. And I haven't stopped walking since. So y'all wonder why I walk all over the place. Y'all wonder why I walk all over Bali in the sun and looking up at the sky. And why I walk up the mountains in Sedona, and I walk because it saved my life. It saved my life. And maybe if I sit down, I might die. I don't know. I do know one thing, that in the pit of your despair, in the darkest hole in the cellar, the voice will come for you. It will come get you. Because that's how much the universe loves you. It loves you with an uncommon love. It loves you with a love that will not let you do yourself in. There's too much love in this universe for you to do yourself in. This love won't let you. And that's what brought me here to you today. Do you see why I can't stop doing what I'm doing? I can't stop doing it. Because there's an unction in me. There's a divine call in me. There's something in me that won't let me die, that only takes me up. And the same thing that's causing me to go up is the same thing that's causing you to go up in everyone. Trust it. I'm going to turn it over to the mods, and I'm going to go get a tissue for my face.
Well, Rev, you have me crying. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I've heard this story before, and I cry every single time because it's the realness of it. We are challenged with the things that we came to be challenged with. And we have to be strong enough. We have to know we have that strength within us because we were born with it. And we have to uncover that. And that's what the course is helping us to do, is to take those scales off of our eyes and really see the world as it really is now. And not regurgitate the past or harp on the negative side of the polarity, but really move towards the light and move towards the higher vibrations and allow Source, the thing that created you and brought you here, brought me here, to do what it was meant to do, to be there for us. We didn't create ourselves. And therefore, there's a force that is responsible for why we're here. We get caught up in, or I would say I get caught up, or I have gotten caught up in things that don't exist, that are not there. And the more you do that, the more you diminish the ability to see what really is there, the beautiful life that is in front of you. And family, if you ever have an opportunity to be with Rev, I promise you, she will walk you all over the world. All over the world. Everywhere. She will take you walking all over the world. And it's really a beautiful thing to just have that energy to walk things out. And I really appreciate your courage, and Rev, I love you. And this is always emotional time to really understand the importance of the work that we're doing together, and that we have agreed to come on this live, or and to share and to be vulnerable. And I really appreciate that I can have the courage to be vulnerable as well, because that's how you grow. I'm complete. Are you back, Rev?
Yes, I am back. Thank you so much. And I have to give a shout out to Lake Princess for speaking it like it really is. Stop faking the funk, family. Speak what's really going on with you. Because you're going to free yourself and you're going to free other people. So Lake Princess, congratulations on your freedom. I'm speaking freedom in advance. And it's even here now. And approach it holistically. Yes, beloved? And do exactly as the voice gives you to do. Do it, even if it's step by step. I've been to many therapists, and I love therapists, actually. I always tell people go to therapy. When you enter the mystery school, that's one of the be awares. We give you 5 be awares, and one of them is be aware of your mental health. Go get mental health help. I don't know why we have a shame and stigma around that. I've spoken to many therapists, and I loved it. It was very helpful. So go get all the support you require, get the vitamins you require, the food you require, the exercise you require, the energy, the vitamin D you require, the sunlight you require, the movement you require, the dance you require, the orgasms you require, the relationships you require, the food you require, the water you require, the vitamins you require. Give it all to yourself. This is holistic. This is holistic. And it's not going to be solved with a pill. Yes, family?
Yes, thank you, Reverend. I love you so much.
Oh, like
I appreciate what you said to me.
I love you, and I stand with you, and I stand for you. God bless
Thank you. God bless you.
Who's next? We got a cry fest every morning, don't we? It's beautiful. That means it's working on deep levels. Woo, that means it's working. Who's next? God morning.
I believe.
Who's next? Mods?
Dia, I believe.
Oh, Dia. Okay. God morning, Dia. How you loving?
No, I think either Tania or Princess were before me.
Oh, okay. Zaire, who is Tania, she came on stage because I asked her a question and she did answer it. So I think is it Dia and then Princess? Mods, y'all know better than I do.
It's Princess then.
Oh, Princess. Okay, thank you, mods. Go, Princess. It's your turn. Princess, are you able to speak? If you're unmuted, you are unmuted. We don't hear you speaking. Are you speaking? Okay. Princess, we don't hear you speaking. So we're going to go to Dia until you get maybe in a better reception area for your connection. Okay, we'll go to Dia. Good morning.
Okay, God morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Initially, I wasn't going to say anything today. I just didn't feel like I could speak, but I wrote out some of my thoughts. This lesson for me, I feel like the way it's building day by day, I felt like the reason I couldn't speak earlier was because of yesterday's lesson. So I said I see nothing as it is now because my mind is always preoccupied with past thoughts. And I was thinking that I've spent my whole teenage and adult life seeking the answers that we've been going over these past few days. And the way the lessons are building upon each other day by day, like we're stepping up a ladder, it makes me want to just get on up the ladder. But then I realized that I have to take my time and do the work at each rung of the ladder before I step up to the next level. So I keep moving forward with understanding, not just, surface level understanding, but deeper understanding, because like the surface level is like getting the cliff notes, but staying on that each rung and looking out and doing the work for me is like seeing everything, like you said, on a deep level. And so that when I step up to that next rung on the ladder, I have left behind all of the other steps, and I'm just looking forward to the next step. And it just gives me pause to I want to just sit and think about all of that. But then I realize I gotta speak through it, I gotta listen through it, and I gotta move through it. Because like my issue is my finances, and I think, like I mentioned before, I came to you for the financial knowledge that you have, and that I felt like I could get through you. And the part of me that wants to just get out and run wants to do it now, but because of my current financial state, I feel restrained, and I feel like, there's only so much I can do. And like I was listening to Dr. Pillai the other day, and he said that, we're always so busy working for the ego money that we won't even receive the God money. And so I feel like that's a part of what my training is, in conjunction with going through this course with you, is working with him on how to receive the God money. And like you said earlier, not just through the meditation, but by taking the actions. Because I realized that I've spent so many years thinking about the past, that I was just robotically going through the motions of, getting up, go to work, come home, pay my bills, whatever. But I wasn't taking the times that I have when I'm not working to do, like you said, put in place all the actions that I needed to do to set up the passive income streams, to set up the cryptocurrencies and things like that. And basically, I just said when I looked at the lesson today, and I said, that's my thing. I've been so back there that I haven't been doing anything. I've been talking about doing it. I've been thinking about doing it, but I haven't actually sat down and did the financial stuff to set up the passive income streams. So that's what gave me the thought that I didn't want to say anything because I just wanted to stay in my head and keep thinking about it. So I'm complete.
Dia, thank you so much for saying this, because the reason that people come to me is because they get results. Not because of me, the personality. I hope you know that. It's because of how Source shows up as each of us. And I'm a catalyst for transformation. I inspire. In the presence of what Spirit shows up as me, people do things that they wouldn't normally do because they think they can't do it. I cannot tell you how many people have done things for the first time that they struggled for 11, 10, 20 years to do. I cannot tell you how many authors would not get their book done until, see, when you're ready, as they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When you're ready and they got it done, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to do it. Why did we do your book in 5 days in Bali and walk away with books written and published in 5 days? Yeah, you can tweak it more later. Yeah, you can add more to it later. You got it out there. In your book in 5 days, what happened, Queen Hadassah? How much resistance was in the room? But you came here, you paid me $5,000 each, which was very inexpensive for creating passive income streams that'll pay you for the rest of your life. You can make all that back in 1 or 2 months, publishing your book and marketing your book on Amazon, or 1 month. More than that in 1 month. How much resistance was in the room, Queen Hadassah, for something people want to do?
That was such a magical time, and Rev, you did your thing, because I was one of those that didn't even have a book, didn't even have an idea, was biting my nails because I didn't know what I was going to do. I paid my money, got on this plane, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I done messed up and I wasted my money. I don't know what I'm going to do. So the resistance, for me, it started before I even got, it usually starts before you get there. And all kinds of things come up, trying to get to the airport, trying to get on the plane. The resistance just begins. It just comes from everywhere. However, when we got into that sacred space, we prayed that thing up and we meditated, and then you said, start writing. And I just, without thinking, just started writing. And Rev, you stayed up with us 5 o'clock in the morning. You were up with us working. I was like, I've been in school most of my life, and I have never had a teacher that stayed up with me crying, trying to get a paper done, fighting and gnashing teeth. And it was hard because of the resistance. However, when I walked away with my book in my hand, I was so proud of myself. And I promise you, everyone on this Clubhouse and Love Tubers, every single month I get a royalty for that book. Every single month. It might not be $1 million, but every single month someone buys that book. And every single month I get a email from Amazon that says royalty payment, and I'm like, cha-ching. And this was one of the things that, Rev is like, when you want to set up your life, you have to produce. Producers make money. Consumers don't. So if you're consuming, you're not making money. You have to produce something. You have to do something that's going to cause someone to move money from their wallet to yours. So I created a product that is useful and valuable to people. And every single month, there's money in my account because of overcoming all that resistance to push through and finish that book. And I'm so appreciative for that whole experience and everything, all the blood, sweat, and tears, the crying, the snot nose, the anger, everything that came up. I am so grateful for it. And to you, Rev. Thank you. I'm complete.
Oh my God. That retreat, I'm telling you, at that retreat, as I was like, beloveds, y'all came here to write a book, and very lovingly, you're living here with a book. And I tell you, some of them was about to fight me. I was like, you can't fight somebody that ain't fighting your back. I'm here for your win. So you can lower your dukes. Because our resistance comes up. I can't do it. Why? Whatever your story is, beloved. You paid $5,000 to get here. You paid another couple of $1,000s to get on an airplane and pay for food or whatever. Oh, you're leaving with the win. You see, I know how to get wins out of people. I know how to get you to your win. That's my gifting. I'm a divine midwife of soul destiny. I can help you birth things. But most people, you won't even invest in your win. You won't even invest in a program that will teach you systematically. You ain't going to be rich day one. Give yourself a couple of years. Give yourself, but at least if you're taking action every single, you're not going to transform your life in 10 minutes. Not going to do it. Don't come. No, we don't got no program that lasts less than a year unless you're coming to an event. Because in an event, you can get some radical transformation, boom, all at once. We don't have no program that's under a year because you ain't going to get no big win in under a year. Stop fooling yourself. It's a 90-day program. You're in the course, and in 6 weeks, you're going to do this. You ain't going to do it in 6 weeks. Have you done it in 6 weeks yet? Tell yourself the truth. Be honest with yourself. It took me 10 years to write and publish my first book, and I'm a fucking writer. Let me not fool myself. Oh, you're going to write your book, but you haven't written it in 10 years. Really, Valerie? What do you think got my ass moving and that book written and the next one and the next one? Accountability on my ass in the form of a contract from a publisher that said, hand in the transcript on this day or you are in breach of your contract and you got to give back all the money we gave you. Well, that ain't happening. Let me sit my butt down and write. Oh, you'll find some time to write then, won't you? You'll complete something then and produce it and put it out into the world and reap the harvest of planetary beings. Enjoy. That's what the galactic prayer says. It said to enjoy. How you going to enjoy the harvest, reap the harvest of planetary being? There's harvest here for being on planet, being on Earth Mother Gaia. There's fruits of all kinds. You're in a body. So you want to reap the harvest and the fruits of planetary being. You haven't written your book. No judgment. This is not about judgment and beating yourself up. This is about honest with myself and self-awareness. Well, I have not yet activated the gifts. And if you're over 40 and you're not walking in your purpose, I'm going to hurt your feelings right now. What are you doing? Not in judgment, in self-awareness. What are you doing? Just ask yourself that. What am I doing? What are you doing? Do you think you're going to be here forever? Do you think you're going to be here forever? If you're over 40 and you're not on your purpose yet, if you don't run into one of our programs or one of our events because you don't see that there's an issue with that. I was 40 something when I walked into it. I knew it all along. You know it. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't living it. Every day, all day, as my number one focus. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these other things will be added unto you. Isn't that what it said? That's what it said. And that's what it is. First, your soul. Everybody else, take a number. Kids, I get to you right after meditation. Boo, I'll help you. I promise I help you. And boo, when I show up to help you, oh, you're going to love this person that's showing up to help you because I meditated this morning. This morning I was on A Course in Miracles. I just chanted, boo, I'm ready for you now. Seek ye first. First is your spiritual health. First is your soul. First. If you seek that first, it's going to give you everything. It's going to tell you where your money is. It's going to tell you the actions to take. It's going to tell you who to go toward, who to stay away from. It's going to tell you the events. An event popped up. Someone reached out to me on Instagram based on my Bitcoin and spirituality posts. He reached out to me on Instagram. He was like, hey, what's happening? We have, and he followed me and then I followed him. I was like, this is working. And what is the account that I'm following? Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Unconfiscatable, a conference in Vegas, March 3rd to the 6th. I'm going. As soon as I saw it, it was like, yes, like go there. Because you know who you're going to meet? I'm going to meet in the room people who are traders, people who are way smarter than me. Please let me be the dumbest person in the room. I'm begging for that. Please let me be the dumbass in the room. Because then I know I'm going to learn so much it's not even funny. But we don't want to be humble and be looked at like a fool. I'm going to be sitting up there. I don't know none of that. and I'm going to be sitting there like this, writing everything them traders tell me. And if you're in Ascension, you already know because it's on our Discord. I already gave you the link if you're in Ascension. You already have the link if you're in Ascension. It's in our Discord. And I already asked our Ascension members who wants to go to Vegas. It's not a retreat I'm giving. No, I'm not giving the retreat. I'm going to somebody else's event because I'm always going to things to enrich myself and take myself higher. How can I teach other people if I don't go somewhere to take me higher, to challenge me, to put me in front of some coaches that's about to blow my mind? All white dudes. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I hang around all white dudes, I don't know. They be knowing money, trading, investing. I'm not saying black dudes don't. There's a whole lot of black dudes that do that. Don't misconstrue my words. I'm telling you that a lot of the rooms that I've been in and a lot of the crypto channels that I follow is white dudes. And that doesn't mean that it's their purview. You can learn anything you want and start a YouTube channel talking about it. When I was in financial services, do you know how many people look like me? One. It was me. And there was a whole room of white dudes. Kid you not. No, it was one brother. It was one brother, Kevin Elliott. He was an incredible financial advisor. And it was a sea of white dudes. I was like, oh, damn, I'm going to learn a whole lot about money right about now. Because where I came from in the hood, they didn't know anything about stocks, bonds, puts, and calls. They didn't know anything about shorts. They didn't know anything about commodities and the Chicago Board of Options. They didn't know anything about mutual funds. They didn't know anything about stock splits. They didn't know anything about buy or hold or trading. They didn't know anything about reading charts. They didn't know anything about investing for the future and rates of return. They didn't know anything about asymmetrical risk reward. They didn't know about it. I can't blame them. They just didn't know. They couldn't. No one can give you something they don't have. They didn't have it. Now, my family did have a level of financial wherewithal because they were big cash people, savers. Because my grandmother and them, they were Depression era people. They saved everything. Save for a rainy day. They knew about saving. They didn't know about investing. So all my clients that I had when I was a financial planner managing millions of dollars, over 200 clients, hundreds of clients, all my clients that had lived through Depression era, they had all these big fat savings accounts, but they wouldn't invest in the stock market. I mean, I remember one client I had, she was in her 80s, a beautiful woman, and her son used to be at our meetings so he could, help her understand what was going on. I could teach him as well. All her money was sitting in the bank. Life savings. I talked to some older people. They worked hard all their life. They got 6 figures sitting in the bank. In a money market account, scared to move. Scared. Terrified to move, terrified to invest. I can understand it. So you think you got financial issues? You ain't got no financial issues. If you got life in your body, get up and make some money today. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some money today.
Hey, Rev.
Yes.
Can you repeat the information about the conference that you're going to in Vegas, please?
Yes. I will say this. If you come into Ascension, it's already in the link, it's in there. I'm teasing. It's called Unconfiscatable. Go to unconfiscatable.com. Why do you need to know about what's unconfiscatable? Bitcoin is the only one that is unconfiscatable. Stop looking at coin market cap and thinking there's 10,000 Bitcoins. There's one Bitcoin. That's how the chart should read. Bitcoin over here, everything else over here. I'm not saying they're bad. I have some of them. I'm saying they're not Bitcoin. And you won't understand that until you understand Bitcoin. And you won't be financially free because the puppeteers of the financial markets are manipulating everything in your life, and you got to move because it's their money. A very powerful, very rich man said, "Permit me to control a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws." I'll say that again. When I read that, I was like, ooh. Permit me to control a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws. You will be above the law when you control the money. Do you see you're controlled? You are controlled. Every aspect of your life is controlled by what? The money supply. And Bitcoin sets you free. But you won't watch 20 videos and spend 6 months and sit down and say, I'm learning Bitcoin. I don't care what. And I'm investing in Bitcoin. I'm teaching people Bitcoin. And I'm Bitcoinized. I'm going to the Bitcoin standard. I'm moving to the Bitcoin standard. You won't do that. Even though I've been telling you to do it for I don't know how many years. And this is no judgment. It's simply a wake-up call. It ain't getting has it gotten better? Has inflation gotten better? Move yourself and your family to the Bitcoin standard. I said it on January 9th, 2022. The state of this financial system in this world, you ought to run to any Bitcoin conference you can find. I didn't say crypto. I said Bitcoin. I said Bitcoin. I didn't say blockchain. I said Bitcoin. It's right there. There is one Bitcoin. One. And there's 10,000 other things. Ethereum on down. Lovely. Get all you want. No judgment. Understand what you are looking at. Then you won't be fooled. That's the purpose of Ascension. Because I'm looking like, man, spiritual people are really fooled. You out here buying some Shiba Inu and all this crap. You out here buying Dogecoin, trying to trade Dogecoin. I don't know why. I can tell you, are you rich yet? It's a simple question. Are you rich yet? Then maybe you need to learn some things. Get an Ascension. Because not only will you learn, you will do. And now Ascension, some of us are going to Vegas so we can sit and be quiet and learn some things that we never heard of before. Do you understand that the things that are going to make you rich, you probably have never even heard of them before? I know that about myself. That's why I put myself in a conference. I will put myself in a conference. I'll put myself in a room. I will be so uncomfortable because you know what? The ego, as we heard this morning in A Course in Miracles, the ego is not evil. It's just ignorant. It just doesn't know anything. But the 5 senses, that's all the ego knows. All it does is fight for your littleness. And the ego is not going to want you to be in positions where you look dumb. Yet, a critical part of your learning is for you to acknowledge that you're dumb. I don't know it. That creates the space for you to learn it. But so many people want to act like they already know. And you don't. I don't. Nobody has all the answers. I know what I am. I'm focused on this billions that God told me was mine for the purposes of uplifting humanity, for the purposes of uplifting 7 generations beyond me, for the purpose of realizing my full true God potential. What if it's just because I can? That's why I'm creating these billions, because I can. Maybe I'll give them all away. I can do it, and I'm going to do it because that's my curriculum, because I'm in the money school. See, I'm in the money university. It's a soul calling. I don't love money. Money loves me. There's a difference. I love source. Source shows up as money. So in that case, yeah, maybe I love money because source showing up as money. I love source. Source is all. And if you have the potential to become a multi-millionaire, if you have the potential to become a billionaire, then you better be about it. Ask Alina, good question. Ask Alina. Dia says, right now, I'm in an if I don't work, I don't get paid situation. That's the best situation to be in. But my goal is to get in a position where I receive income from passive streams. I know I need to get in Ascension ASAP. Absolutely. You know, Dia, I actually love that position because it makes you move. I love that if you don't work, you don't eat until you get some passive income streams that come in all the time while you sleep. Let's go to Ask Alina. Ask Alina, how do we learn it? Ask Alina, beautiful question. Go to ValerieLove.com. I'm here to teach it to you if you want to learn it. Go to ValerieLove.com and I will challenge you. I'm going to put a challenge to everyone here. I will challenge you to get in Ascension now and go through the first 3 modules before tomorrow morning and take an action. I will challenge you to do that. And let's see how many people take up the challenge. Let's see. Because a good coach will challenge you and support you in moving out of your littleness if you're really ready. Get in there. Take an action. Bust a move. Bust a move. Bust a move. You know, it's very amazing that Princess Lee. Good morning, family. Thank you, God Universe. Reverend Z brought me back here again. Action, action, action. I love it, Princess. Princess, we couldn't hear you on Clubhouse. I see you here on YouTube. Thank you. And if you desire, subscribe. The most important thing to me beyond subscriptions on YouTube, because like I said, subscriptions is vanity metrics. We're here for your transformation. We're here for the transformation of the world. Share this vid, like this vid, comment on this vid, give this vid to people, give all the vids to people, tell people to come here in the morning, give them Clubhouse, give them Facebook, share it, talk about it. Let's change the world together. Journey, beautiful, challenge received. This is how, I have a video up on how Ascension was created. Ascension was created because I saw that spiritual people had issues, including myself, with money. Either spiritual or rich. I didn't like that. I was like, I'm gonna be both. I'm gonna be spiritual and rich. How about that? And it started working. I started doing the work. I just wasn't doing the work. That's all. If you start doing the work, it will work. And it takes years. So I'm not gonna be the one to tell you, oh, you're gonna jump up tomorrow and you're gonna be rich. I got no get rich quick for you. I got the truth. And what I do works if you work it. The conference we're going to is Unconfiscatable. It's March 3rd to the 6th in Vegas. If you are watching this video after March 3rd to the 6th of 2022, which people watch videos that are like 7 years old and they're like, Reverend Val, where's that website you talked about? I was like, boo, we're not doing that program no more. We got a new one now. Then what you want to do is you want to go to ValerieLove.com and you want to see the current offerings, okay? The current offerings. I'm already a Bitcoin crypto. Ooh, I love this journey divine. I'm already a Bitcoin crypto mom for a year now, ready to learn to increase it substantially with more speed. Excellent. Love it, journey. And move to the Bitcoin standard. Some of you, if money went away tomorrow, would you know what to do? If fiat currency went away tomorrow, would you know what to do? Would you know how to live on Bitcoin? Bitcoin and gold? Peacefully? Not miss a beat? You know how to transact in Bitcoin. You know how to buy things with Bitcoin. You know how to do everything. You know how to do your whole life with Bitcoin. I had to learn that. I had to learn to do my entire life with Bitcoin. And I did. And it works. Even if you're not going to live your whole life on Bitcoin, isn't it worth learning now before you have to? I'm telling you what I see. The handwriting is on the wall, family. The shit is going to hit the fan, especially with this money. They keep trying to prop it up, put band-aids on it. This financial system is going to blow up in our whole faces. We don't know when. Being financially savvy is about doing it before you need it. Who's next? Before we go to our card, I think we got our peeps on deck. Now we are going to do our card for the day. I want to say one more thing about Ascension. In addition to being an Ascension, you get you get half price and you get special pricing. It's not always half price. Sometimes it's half price. Sometimes it's 10% off. You'll always get special pricing if you're in Ascension because you're in the mystery school on all the retreats. So you can come to Never Work Again. If you're in Ascension, you can come to Never Work Again, the 5-day retreat where I'm going to break down to you all my crypto holdings. And well, not all of them because some of them are inconsequential. I'm going to break down what we do in Ascension to create passive income streams from crypto. You can create I have a passive income NFT. You can do staking. You can do yield farming. You can do, there's so many things you can do to make passive income in crypto. It's not even funny. It slices and dices real estate 50 ways to Sunday. 50 ways you can create passive income streams, and you can create an entire passive income portfolio. Do you know some people make, with a reasonable investment, 50, 100 bucks a day? 100 bucks a day. Let me put this very plainly to you because I don't think people really understand what's going on in the world. I think we're sleeping. 100 bucks a day on autopilot is $3,000 a month. You combine that with flag theory and you go live in a country just like the 4-hour work week said. Tim Ferriss already gave you the blueprint in the 4-hour work week. I read that book years ago. I said, I'm doing that. And that's exactly what I did. It took years. And it's still taking years to clean up everything. It takes years. And you'll do it. But you won't do it by yourself because if you would have already done it. So be honest with yourself and tell yourself, well, maybe I need some help with this thing. I'm always going to get help. Could you teach me about this? Could you go there? I go to YouTube channels. I go to the conferences. I go to where I need to go to grow as a person. So you make $100 a day. Let's say that's your first goal in passive income from crypto. Let's say you have $100 a day coming in. And you have $100 a day coming in from passive income from crypto. That's $3,000 a month. US. You now combine that with flag theory, some simple flag theory, and you pay out your life in pesos. Do you realize that I can live in Mexico and not even work at all? I don't even need to work at all. I don't need to write another book. I don't need to make another video. I don't need to do all that. I can't stop because I love it. I just freaking love it. I don't need to teach nobody in Ascension. I don't need to lead another retreat. I can sit and write books on the beach and just get all my royalties and pay for my whole lovely life and chill. I'm here because I love it. You know, after a while, after you become financially okay, you know your life is taken care of. You're no longer working for money. I used to work for money. Now money works for me. Now it gets real fun. It gets really fun because now you see where you can deploy your money. And then you can see how you can even up level. And on top of that, you see how you can bring other people with you for the journey. What good is it if you're the only rich one in your world? I was tired of going to all these lovely places by myself. I was like, where's my peeps? You must be wealthy and your peeps must be wealthy too. It ain't no fun luxuriating in Bali, drinking the delicious lavender water and eating all the delights that they put before you and seeing flowers literally rain from the sky and going to these gorgeous temples and being in your beautiful pool and seeing Ganesha everywhere and getting all these blessings. If you're there doing it all by yourself, I mean, I did that by myself for a whole month. I was like, Spirit was like, okay, you have work to do. I sure do. You bring your people. I mean, you can experience the delights of the world. I went to Bali. I'm telling you, I took a picture of it. I looked up my bank account to show you how flag theory works. I looked up my bank account in Bali. I almost fainted the first time I looked. Come on, my Bali people, talk to me. The people that have been to Bali on retreat. I looked up my bank account balance in Bali. I almost fell on the floor. I was like, whose money is this? It says something like $63 million. Just, oh my God. Oh my God, I manifested everything I've been asking for. It says something like $63 million. Till I realized it was rupiah. If you go to Bali, you're a millionaire right now. I don't even care if you got $100 in your bank account right now. You are a multimillionaire in Bali. Talk about it, Bali people.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm in ascension. I'm complete.
I love that, Dr. Jateo Wiley. Come on, Harmony. I love it. She took the challenge. She took the challenge. She took the challenge. You know, family, we got to do it. And we got to make this paper. I'm going to ask you a question. How can your kid, Dr. B got a son, brilliant. How can your kid sit on these games and make $10,000 a month gaming and you running around trying to make money? Why, people?
Why? That's going to change very soon. Because my son is going to be earning me on the play to earn games, and I'm going to be killing and making videos of me serving my son whatever he wants. And when he makes, seven figures, we'll say F school.
Girl, come on, Queen Hadassah. We mad at these kids because they're playing video games. Do you understand video games are paying money? Real
my
money?
son is stacking money. Not only does he play to earn, he has stock in Microsoft, Apple, things like that, Roblox, and he has coins in the games too. So I'm learning to build a portfolio for him so that when he turns 18, he don't even have to care about. He's money. Not even 18. No.
Girl, no, he's a youngin'.
He's 14. Yeah. And you can do that. I mean, I don't know how I ended up with this really brilliant son. This boy, we just got his grades. He got 4.0 again, and he just effortlessly. It's like his brain, he just goes through things, and this gaming thing is just mind blowing. I learned from my 14-year-old son. I have a PhD, and I sit at my son's feet learning this gaming thing that he's doing, and it's just amazing the world that he lives in. I said, you created a whole world and I'm not in there. He says, because you don't want to be. I'm like, I do. He says, then create an avatar. I'm like, an avatar? I have to do that? Yes, you have to do that to get into the great gaming world. So yeah, Rev, there's action steps that one must take to get into this thing. And these little kids are doing it effortlessly. I'm getting in there. Okay, I'm complete.
Oh my God. How you gonna sit and let your kids make more money than you? Because you don't know. Soon, your kids will be in play to earn games where they will be making real world money, and your kids will be richer than you, and you'll still be trying to figure out Bitcoin. Why? I see spiritual people getting left behind, and I see people of this color getting left behind. And these kids and these cypherpunks, they're running rings around you. They're making $15,000, $20,000 a month, passive income. They turned $1,000 into seven figures in 1 year. And why? Because they know what to do and you don't. That's the only difference. Maybe you have more resistance to it because you're spiritual. And spiritual people are not supposed to be rich. That's the story. So not only must you break through that story, which I'll answer this question right now. Flamingo, Hurricane, does Ascension cover the same teaching as Mystery School? Yes. You get the 40 Foundations lessons in Ascension because Ascension is spirituality and money. You have to have both. And you get homework in both. You get homework in the Mystery School And you get homework in NFTs. Okay, pray and open a MetaMask wallet. Okay, meditate and create your avatar in Decentraland. I mean, we've become so spiritual and lofty that we can't take action steps on this third dimension where your body is, that will free your body so that your soul can thrive. If you can't afford to go to a retreat in Mexico to free your life, or go to a retreat in Miami, do you see that you are doing all these things for your soul? You're not just doing them just to be doing them. You're doing them because you see that there is a way that you can free your soul to do the things that your soul is here to do. And it's not instant. If you want instant, you want to be rich by tomorrow, don't get an ascension. Don't do it. Because that means you don't like the learning. The journey is the destination, boo. The journey is the destination. Love the journey. I love my becoming. Hang out with us in Vegas. We're going to learn some Bitcoin. You're going to learn today. You can learn it. But you won't do it by yourself. I promise you that. And how do you know you won't do it by yourself? Because you haven't done it yet. That's why you're here hearing this message. I haven't done it yet. I haven't accomplished all the things that I desire to accomplish. I'm in my curriculum. And I do the big scary things for my curriculum. I did something big and scary on Friday. I was like, am I really doing this? I was in the middle of Mexico City, didn't even know how I was going to get back to my hotel. I put myself in super scary situations all the time. And if you are at the place where you're like, oh my God, I don't know, I can't make the commitment. Can I do this? Can I do that? If you're there, just get my 3 books, this series. No Excuses Manifesto, Dark Night of the Soul, Why You're Stuck. Get this series together. Oh, Shantae got it. I have found there's a correlation between spirituality, VR, and digital currency. You tapped into it. But Shantae is a master practitioner anyway, and she's also in Ascension with us. It's absolutely, as a matter of fact, spiritual people will do better in crypto than they did with fiat currency. It takes time. It's your process. That's why we tell you in Ascension, you have to devote an hour a day. And you say, an hour a day? Oh my God, an hour a day. How many hours do you watch Netflix? End of discussion. Our card for today, the moon. Something hidden. Something to be explored, perhaps in the shadow. Meditate on the moon. What does it mean? Cancer is in the house today. Constellation of Cancer. Here, journal out your cards every day. Every day. Every day. Who has our galactic signature for the day? Oh, is someone else to speak? Who's Royal? Did Royal speak yet?
No, they didn't have an opportunity to speak.
Oh, okay. Come on, talk, Royal, because we already been on for over 2 hours anyway. Might as well keep going. Come on, Royal.
Hello, goddesses. I'm just super excited. This is an exuberant experience to just be in the same space as you. What you're saying, it really resonates to my heart. I've been reading the Course of Miracles for about, on and off, my relationship with Course of Miracles for about a year and a half. And it's always been that father figure for me, telling me within my own reality, hey, you are probably in this realm of smoke and mirrors, and you have the opportunity to cut that with a diamond knife and see what's really behind the veil. And I'm just so very appreciative of not only the words that you're speaking, but the intention behind it. It really sounds like you are nurturing me and cultivating the very ground that I stand on. So just appreciation to you, and whatever I can add to the space, I will surely do so.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I couldn't get my mic unmuted fast enough. Royal, thank you for bringing a man's voice into the conversation today. Oh my God. Our goddesses are always coming in saying, hey, ladies. And I'm like, would you stop saying ladies? We are for sisters, brothers, and others. We welcome everyone here. And I was just telling Robert the other day, I said, Robert, I'm always around so many women that I go to my male friends, straight or gay, it don't really matter because I have a lot of gay friends, I have a lot of straight friends that are men. And it is so, I have so many man friends in my life that are really close to me, probably a good, I don't know, 10 of them that I talk to all the time just to balance the estrogen testosterone because I'm always surrounded by so many women in the community. Thank you, Royal, for bringing another dimension and another perspective. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you.
You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome, and you are more than loved and thought of. And I want everyone here. I'm just seeing beautiful women, beautiful women. I was raised with 4 sisters, and my mother. I was the man of the house, and so I'm used to houses and spaces like this, and you know, it feels real good to be useful, and be that solid foundation. I'll be looking at rooms and I'll be like, yo, where the men at? This is the place to be. We are to learn from our feminine side, how to heal. And I've learned it from spaces like this. So much gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Royal, for coming into this space this morning and blessing us. They're going crazy on the chat on Facebook and YouTube about Royal. I'm so grateful for this conversation. Blessings, Brother Royal. Royal, that was beautiful. What a profound voice. Reminder that men are on deck. That's right. We gotta bless our divine masculine and divine feminine. Thanks for that image, Royal. Diamond cutting through the veil. What a blessing today. Speak it. Beautiful, Royal. Royal's a hit. They love you, Royal.
Ladies, and look, ladies, go to Royal's Instagram. I'm a lesbian, and I'm like, damn, Royal.
Oh, okay. Go to Royal's Instagram. What's Royal's Instagram? What's your Instagram, Royal? Because we knew an amazing being.
My Instagram is in my bio. I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so flattered, and I finally came into the point of my life where I can accept compliments like that. So please come on. I actually did a poem for women last Friday. You can go back there. That was just for you. When I dance for you. Just to understand the expression is so very important in life. Expression. Every time you go into my stories, I'm always speaking about express yourself. And this is what that feminine aspect is. That masculine is more of the structured. I am the provider. I am the protector. But that feminine, it really is the magic of this world. I want to let you know you are the magic of this world. I don't know why I'm feeling so called and so channeled right now, but I know that someone is receiving this. You are the magic of this world, and us. The reason why men, we might be bigger or stronger physically in this world is because we are to hold you up. We are the stage and the pillar to you. You are the magic. You are the magic. You are the metaphysical. So really stand in that and just know that you are adored, and we are learning slowly but surely. I'm going to take all this love that you're pouring into me, and I'm going to share it with my brothers. Please follow me into rooms that I go in, where I share this space with other divine masculine who are aware to the fact that feminine side is that other side of the coin. It's the cooler side of the pillow. You understand? So yeah, check me out. I love you.
Woo! Royal, if you watch the video with you talking, I am running around the room. I'm telling you, I could not sit in my seat while you were speaking. Could not sit in my seat. Sister.
Well, I'm following. I love it. I'm following.
Oh, I'm running to Instagram and running to all the. Please tell us I know on Clubhouse, everyone can see Royal's icon and hop straight to his Instagram. Please tell us what the Instagram is for our YouTubers, my love tubers, and our Facebookers. What is the Instagram? Royal, what is your Instagram?
I didn't even know we were being recorded. This is awesome. So dope. Hi, YouTube. Much love to you. You're beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. My Instagram is Solaris Royal, SOLARIS, Royal, ROYAL _ on Instagram. So check me out. Much love to you.
Oh, they carrying on. They say, come through, Royal. Somebody said, he's too cute.
You're cute. You're beautiful. You're divine.
I love it. This is the divine synchronicity and magic of the universe. You know what I love about this conversation? My men in my life, I don't care, straight or gay, doesn't matter, take care of me like the goddess I am. I don't let the bag. I don't have to go get anything. They pay for everything. When they come pick me up, they say, where you want to go? I say, where I go. It's not a question or an issue. The divine masculine in my life takes care of me like you would not believe. Goddesses, especially Black goddesses, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I made a video about it. It's here on the YouTube channel. Please let the divine masculine take care of you. Honor the divine masculine. Just follow Royal. I love it. Honor the divine masculine. Honor who you are. You heard it from a divine masculine, divine feminine, that you are the magic. Honor it. Honor yourself as a queen and honor the kings in your life. They don't have to be married to you. Honor them. I honor all the kings in my world. All of them. And they are all kings. Did you see that when I went to Mexico, I got a personal assistant? I don't want no girl that's a personal assistant. That's more feminine energy. I wanted a man. And did y'all see my personal assistant in Mexico? He's still taking care of my house in Mexico right now. Did you see him? He is beefy and cute.
Oh, I saw him. Mm-hmm.
You seen Davey?
Yes, ma'am.
He is beefy and cute. And let me tell you something.
A delicious snack.
Oh, he's delicious. What? And guess what? It's completely not sexual at all. I honor him. And I'll tell you one thing. I say to Davey, I think I want some art on that wall. Where are we going to get it? I think let's go to Liverpool. He'll walk over there with me. And then he's talking in Spanish to all the people. He handles it. Oh, I think I like that one. Boom, boom, boom. He handled it. Yeah, I just handed him the credit card. He done already took care of he's talking in Spanish to the people. He's telling the people when to deliver it. He's telling them what day to come. He's telling them that he's going to arrange it in his schedule to be there when they get there. He's hanging it on the wall. He's asking me, do you like it? I'm sitting there looking cute. That's your job, divine feminine. And all the deliciousness that comes with being a goddess. And I'm telling you, the God got it. The God got it. They got you. They got you. But we won't let them. We won't even let them pick up a bag. I actually saw, this was something I saw the other day. I said, wow, we have so women lived ourselves out of getting help from men. We've women's lived ourselves out of getting help from men. Literally, there was a woman the other day, I was walking in Miami. There was a woman. Shantae said, I love this energy and love this conversation and energy. The other day, a woman was coming out of Marshall's. And you know how we love to shop at Marshall's. And she was carrying all this stuff from Marshall's. She was clearly loaded down and needed help. Kid you not. I saw a man who went to start to help her. It was like his instinct to just help her with the stuff. But then he looked at her and hesitated. I was like, wow, we did that. I don't need no help. I got it. I got this on my own. No, you don't. We trying to pick up all the bags, open all the doors. We trying to kick down everything. We have assumed too much of the divine masculine. It's beauty in that. And I hope you don't think that you're hearing helplessness in being a goddess. I hope you're not going in that direction with your consciousness. I hope you're staying in the power. Royal said it clearly, that there is magic in the divine feminine and there is power, is foundation in the divine masculine. Together, yin yang. Together we do this. Made me think of In Living Color. Ooh, Cabana boy. I had a Cabana boy. I tell you this, an incredible being. We met up when we were in, one of my friends, we met up when we were in New Orleans, comes pick me up. We want to eat. Let's go for brunch. Hey, let's get together while we're here. We're both in New Orleans. He picks me up. Absolute gentleman. In his car, absolute gentleman. Takes me wherever I want to eat. I was like, listen, we're friends. We're friends. We're not romantically involved. You don't have to pay for everything when we go out. It's okay. You know, I'm not expecting you to pay for it. I can pay for whatever. He's like, I'm a gentleman. He pays for everything. Everywhere we go. What would you like? What will the lady have? When we go to the restaurant, perfect gentleman. Handles everything. What you want to do now? We go to the movies. We go wherever. We're just hanging out. And I love hanging out with all of my brothers. I love it. Because it's my respite, because my work is to women. So many women always come and flock. It's beautiful. And we welcome all. Sisters, brothers, and others. We welcome all. We're complete today. Everybody follow Royal. Royal fed my soul today. Everyone on stage. We're here every morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And we're here for how long it takes. That's how long we're here. People say, well, how long is it? I don't know. It's when we're done, we're done. I love you. God bless you. Everyone on stage in Clubhouse, could you send some love to everyone all over the world?
Yes.
Unmute. Love your family. God bless you.
Love you.